Welcome to Thunder over Louisville and the opening ceremonies of the Kentucky Derby Festival, live from the riverfront in Louisville, Kentucky. Thunder over Louisville is sponsored by the Kroger Company, always on the cutting edge. By UPS, the package delivery company more companies count on. By Paramount, life should be so simple. By Louis Rich, switch to rich. Louis Rich. And by Coca-Cola, always Coca-Cola. The Emmy Award-winning coverage of Thunder over Louisville is an exclusive production of WHAS-TV. Now, here are your hosts, Kirby Adams and Bob Sokoler.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to WHAS-TV's exclusive coverage of Thunder over Louisville 94.
I'm Bob Sokoler.
And I'm Kirby Adams. And Bob, this is your first Thunder. What do you think so far?
You know, I am absolutely blown away by what I've seen so far. I've seen tapes of last year's show and how much fireworks will be going up into the air later on tonight. But the crowd here, the size of this thing, and you're looking at some aerial shots now, and there, look at the crowd size here. They're expecting somewhere over 500,000 people to line the banks of the river here tonight.
That's right, Bob. You know, and you haven't seen anything yet. We're going to see planes. We're going to see fireworks like you wouldn't believe, and we have a few surprises for all of you. By the way, you all definitely have the best seat in the house. We have reporters all over the place. In fact, right now, I think we ought to check in with Terry Miners.
Welcome to Thunder Nation. This is it, high atop the Galt House, where the control system is all set up, and in just a little while, we'll have a nice young person sitting here and popping this button to start it all here. It's going to be a fireworks show bigger than Tom and Roseanne's almost divorce battle. And I'm going to be careful to not fall over the balcony here. You'll have to catch me down in the river there, Rachel Platt.
Terry, we'll have one of the Thunder rescue boats toss you a line because we're going to be busy going up and down the river in the Thunder boat here. Now, we're hoping no rescues are going to be necessary for any of our brave skydivers who are going to be jumping onto a barge in the middle of a river over there, the Ohio River, of course. And in just a few minutes, we're going to head over to that barge and talk to the skydivers by radio as they jump, and then hopefully get their view as they glide down to the riverfront where we are going to be waiting on them. And we're certainly hoping that they don't mistake the landing barge for the fireworks barge, Barry, because that could be a problem.
Well, Rachel, we'll have a pigeon's eye view of all that activity from here because I'm standing right in the middle of the George Rogers Clark, or the 2nd Street Bridge, right next to some of these large bombs that are going to be going off during the show a little bit later. There are about 8,500 shells. Fully 1/3 of the entire show is going to be fired from the roadway of the 2nd Street Bridge, so I'm going to call it Thunder Road from now on. But am I nervous? Absolutely not. After all, I've survived 1 year on the barge that fired the fireworks and 2 years at the chow wagon. So how dangerous could this be, Wayne?
Do the expression going out in a blaze of glory ring a bell to you, Barry? Well, we're going to be on the Belvedere getting some reaction from meeting some of the folks who've come down. Some 600,000 or so of our dearest and closest friends. Among those is Kirby Adams. Kirby?
Thank you very much, Wayne. And besides those 4 cameras, we also have 10 cameras strategically placed around the entire venue. We're not kidding you, folks. You truly do have the best seat in the house.
Now, this is the view from inside the Goodyear blimp, and that guy who you see right there who's operating our camera equipment up there is actually Bob Rosendale, who is himself. Hi there, Bob. Good to see you. He's from Louisville, and we should tell you that the Goodyear Entire Rubber Company has dispatched its blimp, and it's called the Spirit. It's from Akron, Ohio, to provide aerial views of tonight's Thunder over Louisville. And look, isn't that a beautiful sight?
And by the way, you know, Bob went to Emmanuel High School. He graduated in '61. Right now, we're taking a look at Terry Dunn, who's perched high atop the Waterfront Development Company for this outstanding view of the chow wagon. Actually, that's the bridge and the Ohio River, and as I said, the 2nd Street Bridge.
All right, now you could certainly say that 4-star accommodations, as we zoom in there, are being provided by the Ramada Hotel Riverside to photographer Todd Newman. And for this picture-perfect view, there it is, of downtown Louisville and also Indiana, too.
Can't beat it. And as always, we're going to take a look now. Expect breathtaking views like these from Sky 11. You can't beat that. Throughout the world's largest fireworks display, we're going to get views from the sky. On board, photographer Pete Longton. And Pete is a brave guy.
He really is. And for a repeat performance from Thunder 93, there he is. Look for sweeping views from this camera mounted on our Thunder crane. It's piloted by cinematographer Lynn Todd. And we hope he's wearing a life preserver because, you know, Kirk, he actually sits out over the water, so if he falls off, as you know, he could be in some real trouble.
And there's another little problem there. Lynn does not know how to swim.
That's right. That could be a big problem.
And what would our coverage be without our veteran Donnie Rourke out braving in the epicenter of the fireworks show, where they're going to be launching all of the fireworks. He'll be standing at arm's distance from thousands of detonation tubes in order to bring you home some spectacular, very close-up views as the fireworks are ignited and launched. And we just hope that this year Donnie's pants don't catch on fire, because apparently last year they did and his wife had to put them out.
While he was shooting for us right here. Right?
Yes.
And let's go now. There he is. That's Jeff Guard shooting right below the Thunder Command Center. And then the three gentlemen who are taking, well, not too close aim at us tonight. There they are, guys. Wave if you can. Greg Kalin, Howard Hoffman, and David Harp there in the crowd. Good going, guys.
All right, and we look forward to some terrific shots from all of our photographers. And we're going to check out how good they really are when the military aircraft starts zipping overhead.
And we'll be going by rather quickly,
yes.
So we'll see how good you are, guys.
All right, and now we're joined by some terrific guys.
You may recognize the man to my right and the man to our left.
This is Jefferson County Judge Executive Dave Armstrong. And Dave, I'm very glad that you're with us. Mayor Jerry Abramson is over to our right. I'm going to start off with you, though, Dave. What I want to know from you is, what kind of economical advantages does Thunder over Louisville bring to Louisville? And also, what are the PR advantages?
Well, first, the PR advantages are outstanding. You can see this is a regional event now. It's no longer just a local event. So it sends a message all throughout the region and perhaps the United States that now begins Derby Festival. So this is the kickoff, really, of the Derby Festival. And the economic advantage to the community is just dynamic. It brings in millions and millions of dollars, not only to the downtown area, but throughout Jefferson County.
This year we have made a big deal about all the buses that are coming in from all over the country, too, bringing folks in. So PR it's working.
Tour groups from as far as Atlanta, Georgia, are in here just to see this event tonight.
Judge Kirby, if we could just interrupt for just a second. We're about to break in our action. Mayor, we'll get back to you for a tribute to former President Richard Nixon, who died yesterday.
A salute to the former President of the United States, Richard M. Nixon. It is only fitting and appropriate for so very many of the military that have joined us here today in celebration of this, our most glorious occasion, that we join them in paying homage to one of their former commanders-in-chief. We ask now that each of you stand and remain silent while Alpha Battery, 77th Field Artillery of the 194th Separate Armored Brigade from Fort Knox, fires a 21-gun salute to our former president, and as the planes of the United States Armed Services salute former President Nixon. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
And joining us to talk to us more about what we're hearing and seeing is Air Force Captain Tom McCloskey. And Tom, welcome, Captain.
Thank you very much.
And one of the things we're going to be seeing tonight, as I hear and talking to pilots and the like, is that there's going to be some, is it missing man formation?
That's correct.
In tribute to the late president.
You bet.
What else are we going to be seeing here tonight, Tom?
We should be seeing some T-38 Talons, the supersonic Air Force jet trainer. The T-34 should be flying also, as well as the F-18s that you just saw behind us.
They just went up a second ago, yeah.
Yes.
Now, we should mention that you just got out of the air, didn't you? What were you up there flying?
I was flying the F-16 for the 9th Air Force demonstration team.
Wow.
We just got a couple of pictures. Our cameras they're going by fast, so that'll tell you why. What are we looking at there?
That's the A-10 Warthog, the close air support aircraft for the Air Force.
In all, how many aircraft are going to have been and flying over tonight?
Overall, we've got over 86 aircraft flying, several of them military, as you've seen.
Is there any danger with all of this going on? I mean, you got to think that there's got to be a lot of coordination going on.
Tremendous amount of coordination, and the timing down to the second to get the aircraft in and out of.
Which is part of the excitement here. I think that everyone realizes that with all this going on, there could be something, but you guys really, you fly by the seat of your pants. You also are very practiced and experienced in doing all of this.
Yeah, it does take a lot of training, but it all pays off when we put on a good show.
We should also point out, Tom, that you went ahead and yourself just earlier flew over. Am I right? I think we even have a couple of shots of you flying by. You were flying in what, the F-15?
The F-16.
F-16.
Fighting Falcon.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, they look a little alike to us novices here. And what is that like, flying there and pulling the G's?
We don't actually have that footage,
tremendous
so.
feeling. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, actually. It's a lot more work than most people might think.
You've been flying how long now?
Flying for 7 years for the Air Force.
Oh, that's great.
I don't know if you know this, but I did fly the blimp. Are you impressed by that at all?
Well, how many G's did the blimp pull?
-2. It's a pleasure to have you on here with us tonight.
Thank you very much. Thanks for asking me.
All right.
All right, we hope to see you back here a little later on and tell us what's going on and keep us up to date on what's happening
And
here.
when we come back, Bob will give you a behind-the-scenes look at how we bring thunder over Louisville right into your living room.
So much to do. Yeah, it's true. The whole world is coming to see just how good the good life can be. And the song in the air, on the street, everywhere. It's the Kentucky Derby Festival. It's for you. It's for you.
A punctual boy, our son.
Punctual. All over the world, UPS drivers are the same. Ask their mothers.
He's not rich, he's not handsome, but punctual.
He was even born on time.
They're obsessed with being on time. So UPS now guarantees on-time delivery to hundreds of cities around the world or your money back.
If my son says he will be there, he will be there.
It's a guarantee that not only has our driver's word on it, it has their mother's.
He breaks out in a rush if he's late.
There's a big difference between this and this.
Looks like it came off a breast instead of all these little round circles.
Big difference.
It's great.
New Louis Rich carving board turkey.
Carving board?
Delicious.
Perfect sandwich.
Nice and moist.
Like sliced off the turkey. It reminds me of the way I carve a turkey.
Tastes like I just baked it.
Louis Rich.
Makes a great turkey breast, doesn't he?
New Louis Rich carving board turkey and carving board ham.
I wouldn't go back to that other kind of cold cut.
Switch to Rich. Louis Rich.
Carving board.
I'll take it.
A nickel for every single pickle I've eaten ever since I was young. I wish I had a dime for every single time I wanted one more pickle when the last one was gone.
Don't deny yourself the simple pleasure of a Paramount pickle. They simply out-crunch, out-taste any everyday ordinary pickle.
Life should be so simple, as pure and simple as a pickle to eat.
Let me guess. You're moving to a dude ranch.
No, I'm going to the Derby Festival chow wagon. Figured I'd need a get-up like this for all the rope riding and grub tasting and all that.
Cowboy, have you fallen off your horse? The chow wagon has nothing to do with the Wild West. It's live music on the Miller Time talent stages, great things to eat, and a place to meet and make friends during the Derby Festival. There are 3 great chow wagons, so ditch the Roy Rogers get-up and let's go.
Well, can I at least keep my hat?
Great Britain's Royal Navy Air Service. He commanded the Royal Air Station in England.
You're looking at sunset over Louisville.
We certainly are. Welcome back to WHS TV's exclusive coverage of Thunder over Louisville, and isn't that a beautiful shot?
And I'm looking to see which boat that, it's one of the river boats that, I believe one of them that came up from possibly Cincinnati. That may be one of them.
The sun is going down over the Ohio, and in just a matter of about 45 minutes, the fireworks are going to light up the sky. I'm Kirby Adams.
And I'm Bob Sokoler, and earlier this week, Herb, I had a chance to spend some time with the people who helped produce and set up to bring all these pictures back to your homes. It's the people who helped bring us the best seats in the house.
Testing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
To get a quality TV production like Thunder over Louisville.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Mics are in these boxes here. Okay. Takes the hard work and effort of a very talented group of people.
Crosscar 401. That's normal, Doc. This is good for here.
In between 1 through 6.
Yeah, maybe up in the ENG shop.
Tonight's Thunder over Louisville production includes 14 cameras.
Do backflip.
7 are stationary.
There we go.
8 are roving. There's even a camera in the blimp.
And then this is the receiver for it, and from here we'll feed it down to the trucks.
Those roving cameras will be linked to the control truck by microwave transmitters. Eric Bourbon is in charge of making it all work.
You can't really afford not to have it right. So we got to check everything out a number of times to make sure that the stuff's going to work for the show.
And let me check my computer.
Cover the whole thing in plastic. We had a few modifications we had to make this year as far as changing the location of the crew tent.
There's a shot of your bridge.
In all, more than $2.5 million in equipment, 42 people behind the scenes, all to pull off a production driven by the love for a city. This is one area you will not see during our coverage. This is the Mobile Television Command Center. During the show, the pressure in this room is enormous.
Okay, ready 2. Take 2. Upper left 1. Dissolve 1.
That pressure falls on the shoulders of director Jim Greist.
During the show, well, we're going to try to be on top of the fireworks, of course. We're going to try to be one step ahead of it instead of reacting to it, see something pretty and then go to it. We hope that we'll be able to show the viewer the way that the Zambelli folks mean for it to look.
And pulling all the events together is the job of show producer Mary Kay Fields.
Every year the show gets bigger, and every year we try to make our TV coverage bigger and better to coincide with what's going on.
And if all goes as planned, this year's production will be something to be held up as the standard for all to follow.
And there's one of the items that's helping us put all this coverage together, the Goodyear blimp.
Absolutely.
Which is brought to us by?
The Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company has dispatched its blimp Spirit from Akron, Ohio to provide aerial views of tonight's Thunder over Louisville. And manning the camera is a fellow who is from Louisville, as a matter of fact. Bob Rosenberg, I believe his name is.
So inside there. Rosedale, we're told. Okay.
Rosedale, all right.
Get that right for you.
Bob went to Manual High School and graduated in 1961. I just think it's kind of neat when somebody from Louisville comes back to take part in all of this.
And I'm sure he's very proud of that, too. We should tell you that among the people who know very well firsthand about what it takes to put this together with TV cameras is a guy who you see every morning on Channel 11. Very early, very bright, in fact. I don't know how he does it. Barry Bernstein, who's on the 2nd Street Bridge. Right, Barry?
Well, you know, it's very dark here, and it sort of reminds me of the way the sky looks when I get up in the morning about 3 o'clock, so I'm starting to get into this whole Thunder thing. Of course, you know, this is not just a Louisville, not just a Jefferson County event. It's a whole metropolitan area event, and that's why these fine gentlemen have agreed to meet us at least halfway in the middle of the bridge. I want you to meet Rick Dickman, the president of Clarksville Town Council, and Buddy Parker, the mayor of Jeffersonville. Gentlemen, tell me first, you, Rick, what does this mean to the sunny side of Louisville, as you folks like to call it?
Well, this year the weather's been absolutely great, and I think it's a record crowd.
quite obviously, the hotels in Indiana love it just like they do on this side.
And Mayor Parker, what does the crowd look like on your side of the river so far?
It looks terrific. The last 4 years, progressively, it's just got bigger and bigger and greater, and it's really helped the downtown merchants, and it's just terrific.
So you guys don't mind if we do this over here every year, huh?
No, we're for it. Just as long as it continues to be orderly as it has been.
Okay, and looking good for you too.
Oh yes, well, let's get on with it. I told you, get me off the bridge too.
Okay, we'll get these gentlemen off the bridge, and we'll take it back to you, Bob and Kirby.
All right, thanks a lot, Barry, but you're not getting off the bridge yet, and we're going to check back in with you later tonight.
He's got a dangerous assignment.
He certainly does.
He's up to it. All right, coming up, when we come back, we have got pyrotechnic skydivers, a flaming airplane, and the world's largest airborne flag as Thunder over Louisville continues.
For many Kentuckians, Oaks Day is Kentucky's special day at the races. Yet, until 1991, there was no garland to crown our champion filly. Then, Churchill Downs commissioned the Kroger Floral Shop to create a special garland, and so a tradition was born. On Friday, May 6th, the fillies will run for the lilies. A new First Lady of Racing will be crowned, and Kroger will send her flowers.
No matter if you like it mild and sweet, or if your favorite foods are hot and they're spicy, Coca-Cola Classic fits every mood. With every kind of food, there's always Coca-Cola, yeah. Coca-Cola, always Coca-Cola.
I wish I had a nickel for every single pickle I've eaten ever since I was young. I wish I had a dime for every single time I wanted one more pickle when the last one was gone.
Don't deny yourself the simple pleasure of a Paramount pickle. They simply out-crunch, out-taste any everyday ordinary pickle.
Life should be so simple, as pure and simple as a pickle to eat.
All over the world, when people are late, you're guaranteed to hear excuses.
The alarm clock broke.
Mein Goldfisch ist gestorben. At UPS, however, we guarantee we'll be on time. In fact, we now guarantee on-time delivery to hundreds of cities around the world, or your money back. So while you might hear, you'll never hear it from us.
Making lunch, it's always the same old story.
It's not peanut butter. It's peanut butter.
They get bored, so you get ideas.
Sprouts are peanut butter?
Boy, do you get ideas.
Peanut butter and pickles. Was I bad?
Fortunately, there's Lunchables from Oscar Mayer. Their best meats, cheeses, crisp crackers, and a fruit drink. A lunch even the toughest critics approve.
Mom, you're the coolest.
Lunchables from Oscar Mayer. Lunch will never be the same.
And you are looking at one of the favorites and one of the highlights of Thunder over Louisville each year, the enormous, what I'm told is the largest airborne United States flag flying. There it is, over the Ohio. It's beautiful in the background.
Beautiful. In fact, we were trying to figure out how big it is, and we haven't gotten the figures on it. Just know we can't do it justice by the television pictures that you're seeing right now.
Look, it's as big as the dome of the Capitol Holding Building. It's very big.
And very inspiring. Here on our exclusive coverage of Thunder over Louisville 94. Welcome back. I'm Bob Sokoler.
And I'm Kirby Adams. And we have two new special guests with us right now. To my left is President and CEO of the Kentucky Derby Festival, Dan Manjit.
Good evening.
Thanks for coming in.
And to my right is the 1994 Festival Chairman, Guy Hemphill. Welcome, Guy.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Good
and
to
the
see
first
you.
question goes to Dan. Dan,
thank you.
What impact does Derby Festival have on the community here?
Well, I think the impact from an entertainment standpoint is immeasurable, but from an economic impact standpoint, it's about $34.5 million a year, not counting Thunder.
Wow.
That means because of what we do, there's $34 million generated in this community.
And I have to say one thing here, Dan. Are you a little tired?
Only 14 more days to go. We'll be all right.
Guy, let me ask you, this is my first, really, the Thunder and Derby. What do we expect? What can I see the next couple of weeks here as we lead up to Derby?
It's a great range. We've got something for everybody. We've got tomorrow night at the Chow Wagon, Tommy Rowe and the Drifters. We've got George Jones, Brother Phelps at the Philip Morris Festival of the Stars. We've got all kind of sports events with volleyball, soccer, basketball, the mini marathon. We've got the crazy events like bed races and Run for the Rosé. Everybody ought to find something to do and at a convenient location for them.
Not to mention next Sunday is the Donkey Derby that I'm participating in
exactly.
a week from tomorrow. Guy, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
We continue with some beautiful shots of the area as we continue with Thunder of Louisville.
Bob, you're doing the Donkey Derby, and I'm doing the mini marathon. We're going to be busy, aren't we?
The next couple of weeks, we got our work cut out for us, folks.
All right, well, right now we're going to check in with Rachel Platt, who's down on one of the skydiving barges. Hey, Rachel.
Hello, Kirby. We are here now with Jamie Gum, and the Skydivers are up in the air. You've got contact with them?
Well, we're going to try to get them for you. Can you hold on here? Dale.
That's her husband.
Dale, are you there?
He was there, we swear, just a minute ago.
He's probably trying to spot the load right now.
What does that mean?
He's actually got his head stuck out the airplane, checking for the winds, giving all the corrections to the pilots. And what he'll do is he'll look out, he'll judge the distance, and by that time he's decided, and he'll pick his point of exit, and then they'll start their climb out.
Okay, why don't we try him one more time here?
Can we get you?
All right, and you'll see they're going to land behind us on the barge. We've got the lights. They're ready to go.
Yes, they are. We've also got a really special thing. We're getting ready, as the jumpers are landing tonight, we're going to have fireworks. They're going to actually jump into a ring of fire.
Sounds like fun.
It's a different added dimension. I don't know where they stop. They just keep going and going and going with it.
All right, well, we'll keep trying to reach Dale. And now, Kirby and Bob, back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Rachel. We're going to check in later with the Comet Skydivers.
I understand that last year, Kirby, you actually jumped out of a plane?
I will do anything for my job, Bob. When are you going to do it?
I'll work on that, okay? Give me a few minutes to set that on my schedule, and I'll be working on that. Well, the Skydivers in the air, not the only things that's been going on throughout the day. We've had a number of planes going up and down the river, and we've got kind of a tribute set for you. Take a look at this. Goodness. Now that's last shot you saw there, folks, right now the skies are clear, obviously, as the sun goes down. But that last shot was that B-1 bomber that flew over. And you called so appropriately earlier, it was what now?
I called it the B-1, you called it the B-2, and then we decided maybe it was the B-12 bomber.
Well, I think we were thinking more about vitamins at that point.
It is the B-1 bomber, by the way.
And it was absolutely huge. You really get the perspective of how big this thing is. And I don't know, did you catch the stealth that went past us? It was invisible. That's why I didn't see it.
Ah, you know, one of my favorite planes is always Charles Osborne's P-51. I think that's a terrific plane.
Have you ever been on a P-51?
No, but one day I hope to.
I was in there many years ago. And the G's you pull, incredible that an aircraft that old is able to pull the G's that it does. By the way, we're looking at some of the beautiful shots that our crews are providing for us throughout the evening here as we prepare for the countdown for the fireworks display.
Absolutely, a shot from the Indiana side. There we go. That's helmet cam. Now, believe it or not, there was actually a skydiver who has a helmet camera on, and we're getting shots probably right now out of the airplane.
In fact, I saw a video last year. It worked very well. Now, you're seeing some breakup on your screen because understand this, that the microwave transmitter for this Skydiver, the actual antenna, is positioned on his foot. It's Dan, isn't it? I believe Dan is up there. It's on his foot. He has to point it down to the ground at our receive site.
Oh, so it's not really helmet cam, it's foot cam.
Well, no, the camera is on his helmet, but then he's got a wire that goes down to an antenna that's sitting on his foot or strapped to his foot. And so he's got to point it down to us as he's coming down.
That's the Ohio River right below you, folks.
That's
Is that amazing?
The coordination that he has to go through to think about pulling the ripcord, jumping out.
All right.
Amazing.
Yes, it is amazing. And right now, let's go down to one of the barges where Rachel Platt is standing by to find out how these skydivers are doing.
Hi, Kirby. Basically, I've got Jamie. What is Dale saying? This is your husband. What's he saying to you?
Dale, can you come in?
Looking good, looking good.
Looking good. I heard that.
Okay, we're going to let you talk to Rachel for just a second, okay?
Okay, for us.
Hi, Dale. What can you tell us? You said you could see the huge lights, the people. What does it feel like coming down right now?
It's just spectacular up here. We can just see for miles and miles. It's so clear. It's just undescribable. It's beautiful.
Jamie, you know he always gets so excited. I'll let you talk.
Does he ever? I hope everybody can watch this.
Yeah, close.
What's he saying there?
What'd you say, Dale?
Negative. Mike is still pretty high. Mike is still pretty high. Is he below me or above me?
So they're talking to each other?
They're talking to each other up there. And it really makes it nice now that we can talk to them because we can tell them what the winds are on the ground,
right,
where everybody is, which is really where everybody is in the air so that they don't shoot the fireworks at each other up there.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, it really makes it a whole lot easier for us.
Okay, well, we're going to continue listening to Dale as he's coming down. Very excited, obviously. And for right now, though, Kirby and Bob will go back to you until they come and land on the barge.
Wow, exciting stuff.
You know, we should point out some of the pictures that you were seeing there as he's coming down. He's shooting out flares, and you can see now they've got those lit up as he's coming down. Some of the fireworks, some of the pre-fireworks also starting to be shot off here. This is just kind of to warm the crowd up and get them going. Here is
I'm amazed that they don't actually catch on fire. I mean, that's what I think is
the parachutist himself from Helmet Cam. Well, what you're seeing now, again, we're watching the breakup here, and stay with us here, folks, because, again, this is being shot via his toe being pointed down, and I believe we're looking at...
Toe cam, if you will.
Toe cam, if you like. These are some of the pictures taken earlier tonight when, in fact, we made some of the practice runs, and you can see exactly, with a little light out there now, you can see how they made the landing. And now back to live pictures again. Still live, they're telling me. Okay. Now, as he's coming down, he's pointing down, he's doing a turn, and he's looking for the boat below him.
That barge has to look like just a quarter down there below him, and he's going to hit that.
What he's doing is doing left and right-hand turns to keep himself in the proximity of the landing zone, which again is lit up by flares and lights below him on the barge, which is where Rachel is.
Yes, right now Rachel is standing by down at the barge, and Dale Gum is with her again.
Well, we think it's Dale. We're not sure. Fireworks going off now. We've got a phantom mast. Fireworks going everywhere.
What a show! What a show! What a show! It's great!
I was going to say good night for skydiving or what?
Hey, this is a phantom night. It's a wonderful night. We're so excited. It's so beautiful up there.
Now that is you under there, right?
Hey, it's me. Thanks, Rachel. We had a ball.
All right. Well, now this is really interesting that you're landing with fireworks going off. This is new?
This is a new addition to this year. Yeah, we love it. It had great effect.
Did the winds give you any trouble?
No, it was a little bit turbulent early on, but it's real smooth and calm right now.
Well, good job. Glad to have you on the ground.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
All right, for now, Kirby and Bob, this is wild down here. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Rachel. Look at that. Earlier today, we got some other shots at helmet cam. I believe we're going to take a look at those right now. So we have some tape of helmet cam. There we go. Can you believe that? I mean, jumping out of the plane is one thing, but hitting a barge is quite another.
Now this, as we're looking coming down here, is Mrs. Bill, part of the team that came down. And in fact, watch carefully now as she's making her descent. Really, this was about 2.5 hours ago when this actually took place.
This is quite an event. It was Sluggo and Mrs. Bill.
And you can see, look, you can see there just to the right of the screen there is just the tip of the camera system and the helmet that's set up in order to bring us back the pictures. And here's as they make the landing, and let's just talk you through here. Watch this, coming right onto the barge.
Wow, all right, 10-point landing, 10 points.
Very nice. Barry Burnson is standing by over on the 2nd Street Bridge, I believe. Standing by. Barry, let's take
Actually, Barry talked earlier with some people who are the ones who are gliding around in the sky that you're looking at right now.
Whoa, look at that. That's right. He actually plucked the edge of it, the Skydivers earlier.
Was he all right, though? He was all right.
He was fine. All right, now.
We're not going to talk to Barry just yet.
We should tell you that these are some of the fireworks that are now just starting to pop up here.
But you haven't missed anything yet. This is not actually the actual fireworks. We still have about 25 minutes to go.
These are off of the skydiving barge that we're seeing these fireworks. They had their own contingent of fireworks that I guess don't count into the 32 tons that are going to hit the skies in just a little less than half an hour now.
And I guess we have Barry is ready now to tell us about what it took for these skydivers to get ready to jump onto that barge.
Safety is an important thing to Elizabeth Whitmer. She wears a hard hat while selling safety equipment like fire extinguishers to local industries. Security is important to Elizabeth's husband, Jim Bedway. He makes sure his seatbelt is on as he travels the highways as an over-the-road truck driver.
Well, we also need to start thinking about college
And to Dale Gum, a counselor at the Boys Haven Home for Recovering Youth, the important thing in life is imparting calm, clear wisdom to young men. Safety, security, and calm. Except on the weekend. Dale, Jim, and Elizabeth like nothing better than getting some fresh air. It's just that they like to get it while hurtling toward the ground. These are their weekend selves, members of the Greene County Sport Parachute Club.
Action drive!
We're pretty typical. We go to work every day, and we get up and brush our teeth and comb our hair, and then
take care of the kid, take the little girl to school,
pay bills,
pay bills, pay taxes.
But on the weekends, we just instead of going
skydiving instead of bowling or
to the zoo or on a picnic.
This is kind of my thing on the weekend to kind of let go and let loose. Sometimes when people find out I jump out of airplanes, they say, "Are you kidding me?" And it's just something that really helps me.
Bowling.
Not bowling right, bowl.
I am. Okay.
Elizabeth Whitmer is the only female skydiver in Thunder 94. She has made 500 jumps. Her husband, Jim Bedway, has over 3,000 jumps under his nylon belt. They do a unique stunt in midair that used to be called the Mr. Bill.
But I'm riding on Jim out the door like this, and he opens his canopy, and then the second portion begins, the slow portion, but then at the bottom of the rope, which I'm descending, I have to go back into free fall. So it's fast, slow, fast. It's a 3-stage jump.
Yeah, there'll be 2 of us under one canopy, and I'll hook her in with these rappelling gear, and then she'll rappel down this rope I have in this bag 50 feet below me, and then she'll pop her smoke, and we'll fly around under one canopy, and then at a pre-selected altitude, I'll wave, and she'll drop off, go back into free fall, and then open her own parachute, and then head for the barge.
When Dale and Elizabeth and Jim mention what they do for a hobby, a lot of people say this: "You've got to be crazy." Well, how about it?
Not at all.
I think you're crazy for not jumping with us.
Yeah, people that don't jump are crazy.
I'm Barry Burnson for Thunder 94.
All right, and as Thunder 94 continues, I think we're just about 20 minutes away from the fireworks display. We're going to take a break, but there's lots more fun coming up, so don't go away.
And there's the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company blimp. It's called the Spirit from Akron, Ohio. They're providing our aerial views of tonight's Thunder over Louisville.
It's for you, for Kentucky Derby Festival. So much to do. Yeah, it's true. The whole world is coming
delicious bacon.
I eat a lot of bacon.
Bacon, I love it.
Nice and crisp.
It's turkey.
Is it really? Turkey? Bacon turkey. Turkey bacon. Louis Rich turkey bacon.
Tastes like real good bacon.
It's half the fat by Louis Rich. 50% less fat? Less fat the better.
Good point.
Now I want another bite.
Louis Rich turkey bacon and turkey sausage.
I wouldn't eat regular bacon again. I do like it.
The taste of bacon without all that fat.
Switch to Rich. Louis Rich.
Louis Rich turkey bacon. No wonder I like it.
Yeah, sure, that makes some perfect sense.
A punctual boy, our son.
Punctual. All over the world, UPS drivers are the same. Ask their mothers.
He's not rich. He's not handsome, but punctual.
He was even born on time.
They're obsessed with being on time. So UPS now guarantees on-time delivery to hundreds of cities around the world or your money back.
If my son says he will be there, he will be there.
It's a guarantee that not only has our driver's word on it, it has their mother's.
He breaks out in a rush if he's late.
I wish I had a nickel for every single pickle I've eaten ever since I was young. I wish I had a dime for every single time I wanted one more pickle when the last one was gone.
Don't deny yourself the simple pleasure of a Paramount pickle. They simply out-crunch, out-taste any everyday ordinary pickle.
Life should be so simple, as pure and simple as a pickle to eat.
And welcome back. You're looking at exclusive coverage of Thunder over Louisville, and up there right now is the Thunder Starfire Night Aerial Fireworks Show. That's Bill Leff performing some incredible fireworks feats.
Another crowd favorite. You know, Bob, that is only one of the 85 aircraft that have come into town for Thunder over Louisville, and I think you might be kind of surprised at who's actually piloting some of the aircraft. Let's take a closer look. Now, for Thunder over Louisville 93, I tried to show you firsthand what it feels like to throw yourself out of a plane at 10,000 feet. It was the most thrilling and, at the same time, most terrifying ride of my life. But this year, I thought I'd take you on a ride that's a little less intense. For Thunder 94, let's take a ride on the Goodyear blimp. This is Goodyear's newest and largest blimp, and this is the blimp's senior pilot, John Moran. Now, John knows his stuff. He's been flying the Goodyear blimp for 25 years. But today, he was willing to let me take over the controls, for a while anyway. The ride is smooth, but the roar of the engine is deafening. Oh, God! So loud that it seemed to drown out the nervous screaming of my passengers. While we were out flying about, we ran into some other air show attractions. In his custom-built Toyota Air Sport, Don Johnson, not the movie star, the flying ace. Just in from St. Louis, Don was busy practicing his aerobatic stunts, spins and rolls, and a very impressive inverted flyby. When Don flew off, I piloted my slightly panicked passengers over to Standiford Field for a look at the military aircraft in for Thunder. Charlie Lynn is the air boss in charge of coordinating the show. How many planes are going to come in this year?
Roughly 86, 89. It varies from day to day. Every now and then we lose one or pick one up. Right now I think we're going to pick up a couple extra.
And since the air show wouldn't be complete without the Goodyear blimp, I was asked to relinquish my position as pseudo-pilot. So once again, the airways are safe for humankind. Yes, it's a good thing I got out of there.
Captain Kirby Adams now, I think I need to call you.
Well, we're talking about aircraft and pilots. Did you know that Thunder reporter Terry Miners is a licensed pilot?
Oh, now I understand why he always has his head up in the clouds. Sorry, Terry. Terry's standing by in the command center. What's going on up there now, Terry?
I'm here with one of the pilots from the blimp, and that is Aaron Jenkins. Aaron, I know each of the blimps has a name. Is there any truth to the rumor that the next blimp will be called the Rush Limbaugh?
No, I don't think so.
All right, what's the difference? We just saw daytime shots. What's the difference of flying at nighttime?
Well, at night it's quite a bit different. Although we operate at an airport where there are landing lights, we're always operating in the grass, so it's like going into a dark hole.
It's a little scarier then, too.
Yeah, it's a little bit scarier because you can't see the ground as well.
All right, well, we appreciate all the great work, and we'll see you back in the friendly skies again. Here's the young man who's going to push the button in just a few minutes. You're Jeremy. Tell everybody what your hobbies are, Jeremy.
I like to draw and skate.
All right, boy, lick that finger and get ready. It's just a few more minutes. Get set. There's going to be a huge finale tonight, too. Get ready. It's a big secret, but I hear tell that Mayor Jerry Abramson's flying snow plows are going to come by, and then we're going to have a cane whipping of all those boys that caused trouble last year right on the 2nd Street Bridge. Back to you downstairs, Kirby and Bob.
Say it isn't so, not a cane whipping.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, wait a second.
What, Bob?
I'm not sure. Something's going on here. Are you hearing this?
I'm hearing something strange.
The show has been put on hold. We're standing by on hold right now. I'm not exactly sure what the problem is. Maybe we ought to go to a break. We'll find out what's happening.
We'll go to a break. We'll come back and let you know what's happening. We'll give you an update.
Stay with us.
In Kentucky, on the first Saturday in May, there is a coronation. And the newest member of thoroughbred royalty will be crowned with a glorious garland of 554 prime red Kentucky roses. A garland lovingly created by the Kroger floral people, who are proud to be part of Kentucky Derby tradition.
I wish I had a nickel for every single pickle I've eaten ever since I was young. I wish I had a dime for every single time I wanted one more pickle when the last one was gone.
Don't deny yourself the simple pleasure of a Paramount pickle. They simply out-crunch, out-taste any everyday ordinary pickle.
Life should be so simple, as pure and simple as a pickle to eat.
I dare you. I dare you to try new big and juicy hot dogs from Oscar Mayer. Just tell me this isn't the most incredible hot dog you ever sink your teeth into. Sure, you've had this kind of flavor at the game, but at home, I don't think so. I know so. Juicy, beefy, bursting with flavor. Tell me these don't make your mouth water. I dare you. I double dare you. I quadruple dare you.
Who, me?
That's my boy.
New big and juicy brand hot dogs from Oscar Mayer. The taste is going over big.
All over the world, when people are late, you're guaranteed to hear excuses.
The alarm clock broke.
Mein Goldfisch ist gestorben.
Problème de cheveux.
At UPS, however, we guarantee we'll be on time. In fact, we now guarantee on-time delivery to hundreds of cities around the world, or your money back. So while you might hear, you'll never hear it from us.
It's all the Pegasus Pin Grand Prize sponsors. If you're lucky enough to get a gold pin, you're the winner of a great instant prize and eligible to win one of 11 fantastic grand prizes. Pegasus Pins get you free admission to many festival events, and every pin comes with great coupons.
Well, that's great, hon. But how long do we have to live like this?
A couple more seconds.
It's for you.
All right, well, that was it. That was a strange transmission. It seems to be a UFO in the air.
Yeah, let's take a closer look as we zoom in here. Apparently, this is what we had heard. This is the extraterrestrial flying saucer.
This wasn't scheduled, Bob.
Not that we knew of, and I'm not sure. They must have heard about this fireworks show.
Well, it is worldwide known.
Well, now it's more like galactic known.
You know, if I was from another planet, I'd want to come down and see this fireworks show.
But, of course, I'd probably want to stay home and watch it on our exclusive WHAS live coverage of Thunder over Louisville because, after all, that is the best seat in the house. Unless maybe they've got, if you're seeing us in your UFO, hi.
Hello.
Please hold.
You know what? Barry Burnson is standing by over on the 2nd Street Bridge, and he may have an update on what all of this UFO business is about. Barry?
Well, it looked very much like the ship from Close Encounters of the Third Kind that just went over here. And we're waiting for Richard Dreyfuss to drive his pickup truck up here onto Thunder Road, the 2nd Street Bridge. Very impressive sight. Flying saucer suspended from helicopter. We give it a 9.5 from our position here on the bridge. Bob and Kirby?
Very much, Barry. Now, right now, I understand that Wayne Perky is standing by, and he may have some reactions from local spectators here on the Belvedere.
All right, Wayne.
Michelle, tell me, was that a third encounter of another encounter? What was that?
I don't know. I thought E.T. was going to come out or something. It was neat. That was cool.
And ask you to phone him home, huh?
Yeah, I was going, E.T.
It might well have been. I'm not at all sure, but it's something strange that's just appeared. We're going to have even better stuff coming up in just about 9 minutes from now. The Zambellis have joined me, George Jr. and George Sr.
Right.
You've been preparing for this show since last year, haven't you?
Yes, within a week of last year's performance, we started to work on this one.
It does take a great deal of planning and effort to put together a show of this magnitude, doesn't it, George?
Yes, not only making the pyrotechnic shells, but timing them, back timing them to the music. We use computers, and it's amazing. This year's show is going to be, if you can believe it or not, 33% bigger than last year's. It will be the most intense fireworks display ever.
Ever?
No doubt. In fact, this is without a question America's #1 display.
Well, there you have it. The promise for what's coming up in less than 10 minutes right here. Don't you go away.
We won't. Won't. Wayne, don't worry.
Well,
there it goes, the UFO.
Now, we're still not sure what it is or what
Well,
it came
let's check
from.
in with Terry Miners because he's up in the command center and he may have a better idea of what's going on.
Terry.
We don't know either. We're frightened. Wayne Hettinger, you must know something. What's going on out there?
This was a surprise to us all. We're doing such a thing, they're coming from everywhere.
That's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. They're so mesmerized by Thunder over Louisville, they're coming from other planets now. Take us to your powder kegs. All right, we'll go out and try and get a grip on this baby, get her to land right here, and hopefully she'll land on top of Schneider's Hotel, and then we'll really have some flashing lights. Back to you downstairs.
Thank you, Terry. We can always count on you to clear it up for us.
You know what, Kirby? The thing that I'm concerned about is there are 5 or 6 of us grown people who are trying to make this out to be a UFO. I mean, okay, they may exist, but let's just admit it right here.
Hey, you know what? I think it's time to check back in with Rachel Platt, who's standing by with the Skydivers over on the skydiving barge. Oh, so you get yourself pulled back together from the absolute fear.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to take that one away, Kirby. Actually, we are back on the houseboat, the Thunderboat, so to speak. You can see the good folks behind us. Everybody wave. That's right, Jack Hune owns the boat, and this is his grandson, Nick. And Nick, what do you think of the festivities so far? This is your first time on the houseboat with us.
Yes, it's been terrific. I'm just glad we've had better weather today.
Now, that's an inside joke if you go to St. X, right? Your classmates will know that. I think I'm getting a payoff for putting him on camera. Anyway, we're going to talk about the fireworks. They're saying bigger and better than ever. And look at this skyline over here. This is getting ready to light up in just a few minutes. You say bigger and better than ever? Well, yeah, take a look.
I want it all, and I want it now.
Thunder over Louisville 1993. Now the countdown for the 94 show that's supposed to be bigger and better than ever before.
-2 minutes.
Now, okay, bring this stuff starts like that. Okay, now we're turning on Kentucky.
It's no easy task to get Thunder up in the air and time to music. It takes months of meetings like this one, months of planning for Louisville and Zambelli International, the fireworks company that lights up the sky.
Thunder is very special to our company. It's the Super Bowl and the World Series all rolled into one. It's opening day, and it's like the first major show of the year.
And on this opening show, hey, stop the show for just a minute, would you? Some music now you'll recognize. Phantom Phantom of the Opera is no phantom to Louisville and won't be to Thunder either.
You will actually see the chandelier and the candles in the fog. It is very special. It's going to take a lot of preparation in order to pull it off pyrotechnically.
This is the workhorse for Thunder over Louisville. 8 barges packed to the gills with fireworks. More than 20,000 shells of fireworks getting ready to go bang. Before they go bang, though, it takes a whole lot of cable. 600 miles of cable that will electronically ignite the 32 tons of fireworks on the barges.
It originates from, as you can see here at the bottom, what they call a slat, and there'll be a cable that's pulled from the main firing sector. The juice will come through here, come to a specific firing, and ignite the shell. The command modular will be set back here, which we'll explain in a few seconds.
Okay. The cables come from this board. It takes a prod to touch one of these pins, then the pushing of this button for the fireworks to be launched. The barge crew wears headsets, getting the call to launch from the command center. And even for seasoned pyrotechnic pros like Brown, you're never too old to enjoy thunder.
Yes, it is. I'm still a kid at heart, I guess. My daddy told me when I was a young boy helping him, he indicated to me that once you get hooked on this stuff, you'll never leave it, and I guess that's true.
And a piece of advice from that kid at heart: watch the water, the sky, and especially the 2nd Street Bridge this year, and let the thunder begin. Kirby and Bob, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Rachel. You know, I think Rachel probably has the most exciting assignment of the Thunder coverage, but without a doubt, Barry Burnson has the most dangerous assignment.
Yeah, and I think, in fact, he has found a way to stay safe when they start lighting off those fireworks in just a short time. Let's throw it over to you, Barry. What are you doing?
Yeah, I checked with my agent. I checked with my insurance agent. They said it's okay to be here as long as I wear all this fire gear. Our photographer, Brian Derby's putting his on. Chris Eichenberger is bringing me my fire jacket here. And we're going to be as close to this as you can get. And if I can just get this thing hooked up here, we're going to be all right. We're just a couple of minutes away. Brian, you all ready?
I think so. I'm not sure the smoke will get me.
Okay, we're going to try to do this, and I don't know, it's going to be very iffy, but we're going to get as close as we can. 8,500 shells about to go off from Thunder Road. Bob and Kirby?
Well, Barry, you look like you're well equipped. Stay safe, buddy, and to Brian out there, too.
Yeah, just duck often.
Or jump into the river, I suppose.
Have to, that's right.
All right, so what are we, about 2 minutes away from
I think we're just now getting a 2-minute warning to really get the crowd ready, up on their feet. Many of these people actually arrived here about 2 and 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Absolutely.
I got here about 4 o'clock, and already the local parking lots had been filled up in the immediate area.
This is the Belvedere where we're sitting, and look at it, it's quite full. You know, I have to tell you that all of you sitting at home, you're going to have the best view in the house, because without a doubt, I mean, we have 11 cameras out there. Actually, 14
cameras when you add them all up. It takes a crew of 1,200 people to put this whole event together, people you'll never really see or hear about. And let's just take a second and thank each and every one of them who were involved in putting Thunder over Louisville together. There are 375 two-way radios just used by these people just to coordinate different things. And take a guess on this one. How many Thunder pots, which are the porta potties they have here?
I would guess well over 300.
375.
Oh.
Yes, indeed.
You know, I want to say one quick thing. I think we're also very lucky to have our director, Jim Greist, here today, because
last year he had an accident.
Yes, he did.
These are F-15s now. With afterburners on, and they are about to ignite.
Absolutely.
Thunder over Louisville 94.
It's time for us to throw up to Terry Miners, who's up in the command center. It's just about time to set Thunder over Louisville ablaze. So we go up now to Terry Miners in the command center. Terry?
Yes, ma'am. Here we are. We're ready. We're ready to fire. Boy, wouldn't you like to cook some hot dogs behind those afterburners that just flew up there? Jeremy, it's time. There are hundreds of thousands of people up and down the river. What are you going to do?
Light the skies.
You're going to light the sky. I want it to look like high noon here in a couple of seconds. Are you ready? Rub your hands together. Everybody's waiting. Nothing can happen until your magic finger pops this baby on for Thunder over Louisville, the biggest, baddest one ever. Get ready. 4, 3, 2, push, go. There it is.